Scopely has recently updated how and where characters are farmed in Marvel Strike Force, completely changing what characters new players should focus on. Or did it? In this video, I'm going to go over my new player farming guide, taking into consideration the recent changes to character shard availability and also how having or not having a boosted account will greatly impact your decisions when it comes to what characters to farm and when. I think some of this info is going to come as a bit of a surprise. So with all that said, let's get into it. Now, for any new players that are wondering what I'm talking about when I say boosted accounts, it's recently been discovered that some accounts are receiving an experience boost when they level up, meaning some accounts are leveling way faster than others. This issue still hasn't been resolved by Scopely, which actually makes it extremely difficult to make a new player farming guide. Why is that? Well, the difference in levels gained between a boosted and non-boosted account is substantial, and a boosted account will gain access to certain game modes at a much faster rate, meaning to participate in those game modes, they will have to be a little bit more focused when investing into characters. I'll be doing a 60-day account review to show the pros and cons of having a boosted account, so if you're interested in that and more Marvel Strike Force content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications button to be notified when new content goes live. Alright, so regardless of if you have a boosted account or not, the thing I'm going to suggest all new players to do is to start with a solid foundation and build from there. Don't overinvest in characters that you won't be using much later in the game. In the very beginning, you will need a couple of teams to get you started. A heroes team and a villains team. You don't have to use 5 characters, so I suggest to only invest in 3 characters per team. 3 will be enough to get the job done in the beginning. The 3 characters I'm going to suggest for the heroes team are GAMBIT, Punisher, and DEADPOOL. GAMBIT is an amazing character and part of the current mutant raid team. And as raids are one of the most important game modes for new players, GAMBIT is a must-have. He can be obtained via a new player welcome code, which I'll have in the description below. DEADPOOL is also obtained during the tutorial, and it's recently been announced that DEADPOOL will be receiving a rework to be part of the upcoming Mercs for Money team. Like Punisher, he is also required for a certain flash event later on, so any investment now won't be wasted. This is a decent team to get you started, and before long, you will be replacing Punisher and DEADPOOL with other, more updated characters. For the villains team, I suggest to go with Venom, Loki, and Rhino. Venom is a good character and part of the current Bio raid team. He can be obtained via a new player welcome code as well. Loki is also part of a raid team, the Mystic raid team. However, that raid team is starting to get a little old and will be replaced eventually, so we won't be putting too many resources into Loki, but he will help us get started. For the third spot, I actually suggest Rhino, mainly due to the fact that he is a 15 shard unlock and can be obtained on the first day, so he'll help you in the villains campaign straight away. He also recently got a rework alongside the Sinister Six team, so he's pretty good right now. Once again, we won't be putting too many resources into Rhino, just enough to get the job done. Put most of your resources into GAMBIT and Venom at the start of the game. For early Nexus campaign, arena and raids, I suggest just adding your heroes and villains team together. As you progress further into the game, new characters will become available. This is where we will start to switch out some of our starter characters for some more updated or useful characters. Here is an example of the investment path that I took in my first month or so playing. For the heroes section, once I unlocked Cyclops and Rescue, I used them alongside GAMBIT as my main heroes team. Once you unlock Carnage and Mysterio, use them alongside Venom as your main villains team. Once again, for Arena, Raids, and Nexus campaign, combine your heroes and villains team together. Alright, as for how to obtain these characters. Gambit and Venom can be attained via new player welcome codes, and I'll put them in the description below. Loki can be obtained by creating and linking a Scopely account. Punisher is obtained very early in the game at the Heroes 1-6 node. The game also gives you DEADPOOL during the tutorial. Cyclops is available in the Raid store, and to round out the Heroes team, Rescue is in the Blitz store. Rhino is also available in the Blitz store, however I suggest only spending enough Blitz credits to unlock him to help early on in the Villains campaign. Carnage is available in the War store, and finally Mysterio is on the Heroes 2-3 node. Building these characters will get you off to a great start, while also knowing you haven't wasted any resources on characters that you won't be using later in the game. Remember to put most of your resources into Gambit and Venom. Punisher, Deadpool, Loki, and Rhino are just there to support them until Cyclops, Rescue, Carnage, and Mysterio are available. Once you've built your foundation, it's time to focus on building up specific raid teams, as later raids require specific character traits. For example, Mutant, Bio, Mystic, Tech, and Skill. The problem with this is that a lot of the newer raid characters are not farmable yet, so unless you get lucky opening Mega Orbs, you're gonna have to wait until they become farmable. The good news is, Scopely has done a great job recently of handing out character shards in different ways. So the 3 raid teams I suggest new players to work on are Pegasus, the Tech raid team, Extreme X-Men, the Mutant raid team, and Hivemind, the Bio raid team. These are the 3 newest raid teams, and the ones I'm working on. The Mystic and Skill raid teams are a little older and will likely be replaced in the coming months. Focus on the raid characters you can unlock, and work on them until the others become farmable. A good raid team for beginners to focus on is a mix of the 3 teams. Gambit and Cyclops from the Extreme X-Men, Rescue from Pegasus, and Venom and Carnage from the Hivemind raid team. This team, once invested in, will allow you to complete any of the Ultimus raids no problem. The best part is they are all easily farmable. Okay, so we have our foundation built, we're farming and working on raid characters. Let's go over some other teams and characters that, if you happen to unlock them at any stage, are worth investing into. Starting off with an easy team to farm, the Sinister Six. This is a team that can be used everywhere early on, and even later in the game will be valuable in War, Cosmic Crucible, and other game modes. Vulture and Kraven are available in the Raid store. Spider Slayer is in the Blitz store. Mysterio is on the Heroes 2-3 node, while Doc Ock is unlocked via his legendary event. This requires X-Force, Wave 1 Avengers, and or Defender characters, and is very easy to do as a new player. Next up, I'm going to quickly mention the Secret Defenders. While they become available a little bit later in the game, if you happen to obtain them from events or Mega Orbs, they are definitely worth building. Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes is one of the best characters in the game, and if you are lucky enough to obtain him early on, he will be an amazing addition to your roster. If not, he is available in the Cosmic Crucible store. Ms. Marvel Hardlight is available in the Raid store, and I would suggest to unlock her only if you manage to obtain Robbie Reyes, as she is very expensive. Photon comes a fair bit later at Villains Hard Node 7-9, however if you have some luck you can obtain her from the Mega Orbs. I got so many drops for Photon from Mega Orbs, I have her at 5 stars. Alright, so now it's time to talk about the meta characters. These are characters that are so good or hold so much value that you can build them at any time if you happen to unlock them. We'll start with the Marvel Strike Force Originals. These characters were created by Scopely and as such are almost always getting reworked to be part of new meta teams. They will always hold value and are strong characters that are safe to build. Starting off with Kestrel. Kestrel is a reward for completing Dark Dimension 1 and should be a huge priority for new players. Early on, DEADPOOL, Spiderweaver and Val are only available in certain orbs, so you're gonna need a bit of luck. Kang is an amazing character, and if obtained early can fit onto any team you have. Quicksilver is the only meta character on this list that is farmable, and that can be done in the Cosmic Crucible store. Although the Cosmic Crucible store is packed with good characters that probably take priority over Quicksilver. That being said, he is a very unique character, and is great in all game modes. Black Knight is new to the game, and he is up there as he is one of the strongest characters in the game. At this stage, it is unknown where Black Knight will become farmable or when that might be. But if you happen to obtain him, he is an absolute game changer, one of my favorite characters in the game. Up next are the other guys. While not the best characters in the game, all of these characters are either useful or required for a specific event. Starting off with Captain America and Captain Carter, recently reworked to be part of the Outer Time team. Both characters are pretty good, and Captain America especially has many uses in the game. He is available on the Heroes 6-9 node, while Captain Carter is in the Cosmic Crucible store. The next three characters are the newest members of the new Avengers team, and the ones that I think are worth investing into. Ronan in the Arena store, Mockingbird in the Blitz store, and Tigra on the Heroes Hard 2-9 node. They are not a team I would usually suggest building for new players as they're primarily a war team, however they are required to unlock Green Goblin Classic later in the game. Black Widow and Bullseye are on here as they are required for certain flash events. Not super necessary, but worth farming with spare energy. It's also been rumoured that Bullseye is getting a rework soon. However, I've been hearing that since I started playing years ago. Black Widow is on the Nexus 3-9 node, and Bullseye is on the Heroes 4-3 node. Moving along to the Eternals, Icarus and Cersei. While not characters I'm personally building up, they are an amazing duo, great in all game modes for beginners. Icarus is available in the Raid store and Cersei is in the War store. Hela recently got moved to a node that is available much earlier on, so she is definitely worth farming. She is available on the Villains 3-9 node. The rest of the Bifrost team is up next, with Sylvie in the War store, Beta Ray Bill in the Cosmic Crucible store, and Teen Loki on the Nexus Hard 6-9 node. They complete the team alongside Loki and Val. As new players, we should be focusing on the newer raid teams, however they are a decent team if you get stuck in a stage where you have to build them up. Lastly, I want to talk about Morbius. It's recently been hinted that Morbius might be getting a rework to coincide with the release of an upcoming vampire team. It's not confirmed, however, I wanted to put him on the list to show new players they should always be looking at rumours of upcoming teams and characters. Alright, last but not least, I need to mention all the characters required to unlock Apocalypse. Most of these characters are starting to show their age, however they must all be built eventually if you want to unlock Apocalypse. I'm not going to go through where all of them can be farmed as it's something that comes a little bit later in the game. So if you like any of these characters or happen to unlock them early, feel free to put some investment into them as that investment won't be wasted. Now, this is a guide I've put together to try and show you what characters to build if you want to progress as fast and efficient as possible. But if you're playing Marvel Strike Force just for fun because you want to build your favorite characters, then that's absolutely something you should do. It's just a game after all, and having fun is our main priority. Well, that just about does it. If you found the information in the video useful, please hit the like button, share with your alliance, and don't forget to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.